your girl Sammy J, and today we're going to be reacting to Snowbunny reveals how thirsty black men are like Shannon Sharpe. The Shannon Sharpe situation is actually absolutely insane. But I'm curious to see what her take on is on this. So let's just get straight into this video.
As a white girl who has dated black guys since the age of 15, I feel like you guys need my perspective on this Shannon Sharpe, because everything I'm seeing is like white women are fetishizing black men. Like the Shannon Sharpe sitch, like the girl said something about, I want your black baby, insane. Right? I have had black men come to me and say, I want you to have my black baby. Not, I want you to have my baby. That's the acceptable response. No, I want you to have my black baby. And I have had black men ask me to say very direct.
This is actually a really real thing. Like, I am mixed. So my mom is Brazilian, my dad is Jamaican, right? In the Hispanic community, Hispanics fetishize lighter features. That's it. They don't necessarily like it depends on where you are, but like the very coily hair. Like when my hair is in my natural state, it can get really coily. I've done a lot of treatment in my hair, so it's not as coily anymore. Hispanic people like fair skin. Like they can be a little bit racist, a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So like me personally, I don't care who I date, white, Asian, black, I don't have a preference. But there are really people out here that, and it's okay to have preferences. I guess it's when it becomes a little odd when you're fetishizing over like the features of it. Like, oh, I need this feature, they need to have this color skin. Like, that's weird. That's where I kind of draw the line, because who cares what kind of hair they have, straight, coily, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Things in bed. Yeah. So part of it is not that white women are fetishizing black men. It's like the opposite. And I feel like this isn't being talked about, and I don't want to get any hate for this, guys, because this is my personal experience, but I've had more black men than not mention race in our relationship as like a kink. I don't know. I don't even know if that's like the right way to describe it. But there are some black men in this world that I think like want, I don't know if they want to reenact. I don't know if it's like a power trip of like, I don't know, but I just feel like that piece is important to this puzzle.
So, in my opinion, I think it goes both ways,
That's
right?
What I'm thinking too.
But more often than not, we do see a lot of brothers, obviously, in the grand scheme of things, and Umar talks a lot about this whole situation as well. But we see the bros, when they get to a certain status, especially professional athletes like Shannon Sharpe, they tend to deal with white women, right? Wealthy white women don't tend to deal with black men a lot of times, unless they are somehow other wealthy black men. Now you could talk about Madonna and Kim Kardashian, who's Armenian and white, and you have a few other women out there like what's Seal's baby mama, Seal's ex-wife, that model. You have other women, but it's certain exceptions. But for the most part, you got the bros who are going after the bunnies as a status symbol, and they fetishizing. And I believe that the white women who deal with bros, who are just regular bros like this woman, are fetishizing them as well. Now I can get that. And as far as race play, we hear race play all the time in the bed and things like that, and I want you to call me this and all this stuff, and it comes out all the time. Now as far as being
somebody who has a brother, right? I have 3 brothers actually, and my brother tends to date women who have white skin, right? Who are white. And I don't see a problem with it. Like, I don't care what my brother is interested in, right? That's his preference. That's his preference. I don't think he's fetishizing a certain appearance for their kids to look like. No, he just tends to date. He also did go to a university that was predominantly white. So I think that his circumstances, kind of led him over there, because when he was in high school, he kind of, saw women of different cultures, more Hispanic, light-skinned women. But I think because of where he was, that's why he tends to date women of fair skin. But I don't know, it's kind of weird. Date whoever you want. Just don't fetishize it. Like, who cares? It's not that deep. Go off connection. Like, if that's who you're connecting with, hey, albeit, go have fun, go do your thing. It's not that deep, though. It's not that deep.
black men in America it is going to be a theme. This was illegal once upon a time dealing with a white woman. Bros have been hung, deleted, all types of things have gone on. So you'd be a fool for it not to cross your mind, even if you were black and growing up in an all-white neighborhood, right? And you never have encountered other black people. You just can't be ignorant to the fact. So of course black men are going to probably bring it up more, and the fact that your parents probably don't like him, or your family members probably aren't going to like him, which she has a follow-up video which she gets into a lot of these things. But I agree with her at the end of the day. But I think it goes both ways. I do believe that the bros do fetishize the bunnies, and bros will do anything, go above and beyond for the bunnies. And I've seen that firsthand.
Well, I feel like the stigma around it is, and y'all can correct me in the comments if y'all want, but from what I'm understanding is a lot of the snow bunnies tend to be a little bit more submissive than the black woman. That is the stigma that goes around, right? I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't know. I can't speak for white women. I'm not a white woman. There's no white in me at all. I'm Spanish and I'm black. So I don't know how true that is. And I can't speak from a man's perspective. If any of y'all have dated a white woman, a black woman, whatever the case may be, do you guys notice big differences between dating the two? Like, what is that? Because I feel like that is a stigma that is like ran through. Like that's what it is. Like, white women are more submissive. They're gonna listen to you. They don't have a lot of comeback. So let me know in the comment section if that's true or not.
It's just something about the bunnies, and this is a bleach blonde bunny who's, in my opinion, an average looking white woman. You know what I mean? If that. No disrespect, but bros really don't care what the woman looks like. So let's get into her follow-up video, guys. Let's go.
I'm glad you asked this, because even though I've dated mostly black guys since I was 15, it is not my sole preference. The only thing that I have like around my preference is that I don't date white guys. And a lot of people automatically assume, oh, she just dates, but no, like I will date Asian guys, Hispanic guys, Middle Eastern guys, Indian guys. I will date every other ethnicity besides white. And the deeper that I dig on this, it's definitely childhood trauma. Like, I got made fun of so much in middle school and high school, and I grew up in the whitest state, so it was only like white boys bullying me, right? And I think it like subconsciously created this thing where it's like, I just don't with them. My first boyfriend was white, second boyfriend was black, and the way that people treated me when I started dating the black kid, crazy. The things that they said about me, about him, insane. That kid also ended up getting shot and killed, like totally random, was like wrong place, wrong time. And I went to a party that summer, and all of the white boys that were at my school were like, oh, like, what did you expect? Like, he's black and he just deserves. And it's like, that stuck with me so hard. I think that was honestly the turning point where I was like, I'm never with a white guy again. Like, there was just this level of like out of touch with reality, out of touch with what women, like any minority, women, people of color, people with disabilities, like there was just this, I think, this privilege that I saw in white men, and not all of them, I'm not gonna like lump them all together, but at least the ones that I grew up with, that like it just completely turned me off.
I feel like I can rock with her answer. I feel like it's a respectable answer. Like I said, I don't think there's wrong with having preferences. Like, if you want to date a certain ethnicity, there's nothing wrong with that. It's the reasoning behind it. And I feel like her reasoning behind not dating white men is valid. Like, her experience with white men haven't been the best. So that's a valid reason not to date a white guy. Me personally, it kind of goes, I've dated a white man in high school. He was Italian and Spanish, but you know, he was white. And it was a very interesting experience, especially dealing with like his family. I have still very light skin. I'm not very dark. And they treated me like, it was just crazy. Like, they weren't a big fan of him dating me because of my skin color. It was definitely an adjustment period. I'm not saying that everyone is like that. It's not. My personal experience with him, I've never dated a white man after that. So I think it comes with the territory. It's my experience. And that, like she was saying, it's her experience with white men. So I feel like it's valid. That's valid.
I just could never, it's not to say that I couldn't end up with a white guy, but it's like, now I have a mixed kid, and like there are just certain values that I want to instill in her that like I don't know if like a white guy is going to be able to raise her the way, you know what I mean? Like, now it's just deeper than that. But that's a long answer.
And at this point, now that you have been tainted and had I'm assuming a black man's child, a white guy is not really going to want you. And even if you didn't have his child, a white dude isn't really going to want to mess with it. White dudes will tell you that. They don't want to deal with a white woman that's already been with the bros and been with a few bros. But this is what a lot of people nowadays, I believe, unless it's a particularly cultural thing, if you're from outside of the United States, that when you are bullied or treated a certain way or you are rejected by your own people, you tend to flock to other people, right? You go where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. We always say this on this channel when we talk about you guys, whether you guys decide to deal with bunnies, Latinas, Asians, you go where you're appreciated. You go where you're treated well. You don't try to fight for someone's love that doesn't really like you. And if she felt that way, that she felt like she was treated better and she wasn't judged by being with the bros, then so be it. And I think that goes the same way with white women. When they do deal with bros, they realize that they don't have to live up to a certain standard in terms of being with a white man. They could be cool, laid back, calm, and just be submissive, which is what the bros are looking for anyway. And probably be treated like a, which I'm not saying a lot of these bunnies don't get ran through, but get treated like a queen. Instead of just some woman that's just there just to shut up, be in the house and shut up and take the kids to soccer practice and don't say anything to me. You're just there as just an object, because this is something I hit the checklist. I got a wifey for lifey, and that's just that. So yo, this is a complex situation, but if you grew up in America, a lot of people outside of America can't really understand. You know, racism is prevalent. She talks about privilege, and that's something that she recognizes and that some people deny in this country. Even black people deny that white people have privilege. But hey, that's not what this is about. This is about the fact of fetishizing and who we think we're just dealing with them just because it may be taboo or they may be different, and people are intrigued by things that are different at the end of the day. Just being honest with you. So
I just feel like at the end of the day, date whoever you want. Black man, white woman, white man, black woman. Understand the territory that you are stepping into, because once you have mixed children, I feel like a lot of people, some people fetishize what your children will look like. The nice big curls, light skin, whatever, right? Your kid doesn't always come out that way. No, that's not how genetics work. I have friends who have very dark skin, who had a baby with a white person, and their baby is white. Right? White. You wouldn't even know they had an ounce of black in them. Don't fetishize the appearance. That's weird. Be with a person because you love them and you genuinely care about them, and your kid will look beautiful out of that love, right? People just be weird. They be real weird. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, date who you want to date, experience who you want to. Just don't be weird about it, right? But yeah, that's all I have for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you guys have any suggestions on what you want me to react to, please put them down in the comment section. I do look at them. And yeah, deuces.